Guys, UFC 290 is upon us, and my partners at DraftKings are offering an incredible deal for all new customers who sign up using the promo code Sonnen. New customers, bet $5 on any of this weekend's fights, and you're going to receive $150 in bonus bets instantly. You can even use your bonus bets on DraftKings same fight parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same fight, including number of rounds and the method of victory. Remember, DraftKings is the only place where you can bet same fight parlays. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy, and DraftKings is offering huge UFC contests this weekend with massive cash prizes up for grabs. Click on the link below. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook. Guys, do it right now. Use the promo code Sonnen, and all new customers who bet just $5 on any wager are going to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code Sonnen only at DraftKings. Rumors of rowdy Ronda Rousey coming back to MMA. Have you guys heard them? What do you think? Is this even a topic? Should we even be discussing this? Because there is one thing that's very relevant that lends to a support of the idea of Ronda coming back. Look, Ronda's career was unlike any other. Not only the way that it started, not only the fire that burned while it was there, not only the stories and the attention and the media and the allure, it's really quite uncomparable, but also the exit. And part of that exit was a misunderstanding by you, the audience. Ronda found herself in a very unique spot in that the perception and the image and the media and the stories and the narrative and the attention greatly outgrew the skill set. So when you're put in that interesting situation, with her level of fame and attention, with the check and the money that she's commanding that the promotion must come up with to get her participation in the evening, she's got to be a main event. You could not justify to anybody throwing Ronda in a card with that level of payment and not having her be the marquee name. And I bring that up because when it was time to retire, Ronda was still a top 10. Likely a 7, likely a 6 to 8, somewhere right in this spot. But I'll just share with you, in most people's career, they will work their entire career and they would take the deal at any point. Right? Genie pops out of the bottle and you don't get to see how far your career goes, but I guarantee you're top 7. They would take that deal. They would be so proud. They would keep those clippings. They would show that to their grandkids. In Ronda's position, she looked as number 7, wherever she fit in that, still in the top 10, but not number 1. She looked at it as a fail. Oh, and by the way, there was no one to compete with. Because when it was made very clear that she wasn't the top dog, that she was not the world champion, when that was made very clear, where was she going to go? And for anybody else's career, they would have really settled into that spot. One of the top draws, got some attention, going to be a main card, going to be on TV, going to have some exposure, all of these really good things. But for her, felt as though it was being diminished and she had no choice other than to walk away. And I bring that to you because it's very interesting that if she were to return now, she would not return into a world title fight. She wouldn't return into quite that upper echelon of girls. She could return against somebody. But don't forget, somebody is what made that story work in the first place. Somebody, and taking them and convincing the world that this is the next best thing is what made that whole thing work in the first place. It wasn't the actual skills and or abilities. And now she'd find herself in that same spot where you could come back, where to work out a new contract made a little bit more sense for everybody. You wouldn't have to be in a main event. You wouldn't be for a world title, right? I mean, I'm just suggesting these things for you. You'd have a very interesting story about the Queen returning home. And as long as you could block out Amanda Nunes and you could act as though Amanda wasn't having these same thoughts about coming back someday, you could create a real allure and you could create some real interest. And I'm not predicting for you at all that Ronda would come back. What I'm suggesting for you is when Ronda left, she had to leave. The way that her contract worked, it would not make sense to have her anywhere other than world titles, fight, main events. It was made very clear that she couldn't be in world title fight main events. She had nowhere else to go. And that's not what it looks like now. And the scene would be very different, and the interest would very much be there. And it wouldn't be about world titles, and it wouldn't be about being the best. It would be a different story now, a more realistic story now. And I don't believe that we're ever going to be confronted with this or that this is going to need to happen. But I'm sharing for you, if it was to happen, and everybody leaves for a reason. Everybody leaves so that they can come back. You can't have to come back if you didn't leave in the first place. And the time and the setting and the competition, the opponents, and what this is for and what it's about is very different, and it's a lot more realistic. It'll be a lot more of a competitive situation if we were to be confronted with a comeback in the first place. I think it's nothing more than rumor. I think it's fun. If I was her, I wouldn't shut it down. No reason to. But a lot of these things, somebody marks out for their own gimmick, right? They come out for some attention. They come out looking to get, and then it starts to become real. They start arguing cases and points that they never believed in the first place, and over a small period of time, they now do believe in it. They forgot how the whole thing started. They forgot the genesis was just for attention in the first place. Every comeback looks like this. It starts out as a joke, but it gains a little bit of steam. It gains a little bit of momentum. And I don't know that we're going to see this here unless the fans do understand it's not going to have to be like it once was. It's not going to be main events against the best in the world. It's going to be competitive and meaningful matches with somebody who gets to go in with somebody else who's a star. It's possible. It's unlikely. As far as ideas go, I don't hate this one.